Corporate survival relies on rapid product innovation. It demands a level of complex problem-solving that rarely happens in isolation. Large organizations typically handle this complexity by dividing expertise into rigid domains. You have the commercial side assessing market viability, and the research and development side handling technical execution. Bringing these distinct domains together into cross-functional teams is how companies catch blind spots. The friction between technical constraints and market demands synthesizes a viable product. Now, large language models are entering these corporate environments, bringing massive, generalized knowledge bases directly to the employee's desk. This raises a structural question. We typically treat new software as a passive tool to speed up individual tasks, but generative AI interacts through natural language and synthesizes tacit knowledge. We have to ask if an algorithm can function as a distinct collaborative node, a cybernetic teammate capable of replacing the traditional human collaborative architecture. To test this, researchers from Harvard, Wharton, and ESSEC partnered with Procter Gamble for a large-scale field experiment. They sourced 776 high-level professionals, evenly from both the R&D and commercial divisions. Each participant or team was assigned a standardized task drawn from their actual daily work, early-stage product innovation and conceptualization. This 2x2 experimental matrix isolates exactly what generative AI does to human output. The y-axis separates participants into isolated individuals and teams. The x-axis separates those using standard tools from those granted access to a Gen AI model. Analyzing the output of this matrix will reveal how AI reshapes performance, expertise, and innovation at a massive organizational scale. We start by looking at the control column, the individuals and teams working without AI. Evaluators scored the quality of their product concepts blind. This chart shows the standardized quality scores across the groups. Looking at the first two blue bars, we see the expected gap between isolated individuals and cross-functional teams. The teams achieved a 0.24 standard deviation jump in quality over the individuals. The data shifts when we look at the experimental quadrant, individuals working alone but equipped with generative AI. These solo participants saw a 0.37 standard deviation improvement over the baseline individual control. The AI-equipped individual matches the average output quality of the cross-functional human team. Quality is only half the equation. We also have to measure the resource cost to the organization to achieve that output. This chart shows the average time saved on the task. The individuals using AI completed their work 16.4% faster than the control group. In terms of raw average output and efficiency, generative AI functionally substitutes the cognitive and performance benefits of a traditional human team. How does a single human mind equal the expertise of a cross-functional team? Employees default to their specific training, operating in professional silos. This density plot maps the technicality of solutions produced without AI. It forms a bimodal distribution. Commercial staff cluster on the left with market ideas. R&D staff cluster on the right with technical ideas. The disciplines do not overlap. This is the density plot for individuals working with AI. The statistical divide between departments vanishes. Both curves merge into a single unimodal distribution in the center. The AI acts as a boundary spanner. It introduces commercial context to technical workers and technical constraints to commercial workers. The researchers push this further by analyzing employees forced to operate outside their core competencies, staff who rarely work on early-stage product development. These side-by-side charts compare performance based on job familiarity. The yellow bar shows non-core employees working alone with AI. Their quality score matches the blue bar on the left, teams of experienced employees working without AI. AI democratizes expertise by acting as a bridge that transfers tacit, cross-functional knowledge directly to the user. Based on average quality and time savings, an organization might conclude they should dissolve collaborative teams entirely to maximize efficiency. But market dominance is rarely built on average utility. It relies on exceptional, breakthrough outcomes. This chart shows the proportion of solutions scoring in the top 10%. Look at the red bar on the far right, teams paired with AI. They reached the top decile 15% of the time, roughly 3 times more likely to produce top-tier innovation. This raises the question of interaction. Are these high-performing human teams simply copy-pasting the AI's output? This scatter plot visualizes text retention versus semantic similarity. Participants retained over 75% of AI text, but solutions remained distinct from pure AI outputs. Through extensive iterative prompting, averaging 19 prompts per session, teams shape the raw computation into a tailored synthesis. Generative AI substitutes for average team performance, but when paired with human groups seeking breakthrough innovations, it acts as a nonlinear multiplier. There is a final pillar of teamwork that performance metrics miss: the psychological and social architecture of the workplace. Historically, we assume that introducing automation isolates workers and degrades morale. This chart tracks positive emotions reported during the experiment. Both individuals and teams using AI reported a statistically significant rise in enthusiasm, energy, and excitement compared to those working without it. This next chart tracks the decrease in negative emotions. Participants collaborating with the language model experienced distinct reductions in anxiety, frustration, and distress compared to the control group. Generative AI acts as a cybernetic teammate by enhancing baseline performance, eradicating knowledge silos, and fulfilling the cognitive and emotional functions of collaborative work.